close. We're close.
Hey guys, this is Al Rainey, co-host of the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion, and I am here at Origin Story Comics, by far one of my favorite comic books that I've ever patronized, ever.
Number one favorite.
My number one favorite, and while you're joking, that is the truth. Because I traveled from Macon, Georgia to come to McDonough, Georgia to see these two guys right here. So I'm going to start off this interview by getting both these guys to introduce themselves. So...
I'm Adam.
Clint.
Adam and Clint, it is nice to be here today, of course. This is not Wednesday pool day, but I get up here whenever y'all can. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to start with Adam. If you can, tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the business, what drove you to start a comic book shop with Clint, the whole 9 yards.
I started reading comics in 1993-ish. Well, probably before that with my brother, but seriously in 93. And only been doing this about a year, and it was super random to get into. Like, didn't even plan on doing it. It's just one day the previous owner, Bill, called me up and was like, hey, do you want to take over the McDonough shop? And I was like, well, I don't have any money, and asked a bunch of friends.
Okay.
And just kind of came together.
Cool. And you've been kicking it ever since then.
Ever since, about 14 months now.
Cool. And Clint, how about you, sir?
I've never really read comics. I've read a few since we started the business here, but I would say about a year and a half ago, this guy was like, "Hey, man, I want to run a comic shop, and if you'd like to get in that with me, we can do it together." And so we started that process, and here we are.
Okay, cool. It's crazy, but at this particular time, I'm glad that you all are over this particular comic book shop because I enjoy coming here. As a matter of fact, we on the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion, we did a show that was dedicated to customer service, and it was basically in reference to the customer service that I've received here. One of my panelists, he came up with me one day, and he was just amazed at the customer service that you all gave. So, speaking on that customer service level, how important is customer service to you all?
Number one, like, ordering comics is like a mathematic numbers thing, so it really just comes down to making sure you treat people right and make things easy for them to find. Like, a welcoming store, that's number one.
And it is a welcoming store, and I will say, and this is not any slight to the previous owner, you all have done wonders with this particular store. I mean, the store is awesome, in my opinion, but I am biased, I will say that. So, Clint, right now, you stated that you didn't really read comics before you got into the comic book business. So what are your current favorites right now? What are you reading?
I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. I don't really read them at all. Every once in a while, this guy will say, hey, you should read this, and I will. But really, I'm more focused on trying to make sure that the store looks great, like the comic wall looks really good. We've got things placed where people can find them easily. And then we like to put the more popular or the hot titles that are out right now, like the miniseries and stuff like that, in a special highlighted section. So it's like people know, hey, I got to go check out this shelf to see what these guys think I should be reading.
Okay. So, Adam, since you are the resident comic book reader, what is on your list currently?
I read every X-Men title except for Blue. I read anything Donny Cates writes.
Could you?
Redneck.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat what you said about the X-Men? Because I have a panelist on the group, and he loves X-Men Blue, and I hate X-Men Blue. So you stated you read every X-Men except for X-Men Blue.
I actually have never read X-Men Blue. I might have read issue 1. I don't like time displaced characters like Old Man Logan. I don't care for, and X-Men Blue's the young X-Men from the past. I don't like stories like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, all the X-Men titles, Donny Cates stuff, which is Redneck and Doctor Strange right now, and I guess Baby T.
Yeah, Baby T is pretty
about to do
good.
the Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, okay.
I read Batman because Tom King is awesome. He does Mr. Miracle too. But I try to read every Image #1 to see if it's something I want to keep sticking with. So a lot of #1s, but it's hard to read everything. There's a lot of comics. But yeah, those are my main ones.
Indeed, and not enough money.
And Terrifics is great.
Terrifics? Okay, cool. So in line of what Clint just indicated regarding the comic books, what do you all see as far as the
Hey, how you doing?
What do you all see as far as the top sellers currently? What flies off the shelves here?
His forte.
I think Walking Dead is the one book that we order more of than anything else. We get a lot of people who come in who don't really read comics, but they do come in to get The Walking Dead. After that, it's Batman. The X-Men titles are good. The recent Avengers 16-part miniseries was amazing for us. And then DC with Metal, that really flew off the shelves. They drugged that out for a while.
Great book.
With all the one-shots. And Doomsday Clock, if they'll get back on a good schedule with Doomsday Clock, that will also sell really well. But I think DC with Batman and Flash, those are the big ones. And then pretty much anything that Batman is in, when they do special miniseries, those will typically sell better than pretty much anything else. I mean, we'll order more of a Batman miniseries than we will of most regular titles. So basically Batman sells.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does.
Cool. Any advice to any fledgling comic book collectors wanting to get into a particular series? If there was something that you would, any type of advice, what would you all suggest? Any books or any type of methodology to get into books?
Trade paperbacks are a great way to get into a series if you're behind, and just ask the owner of your local comic shop what they're into, and if it's not too far in, start from the beginning. But if it's like a good ways in, just start picking up trades. But yeah, the owners, me, is the reader, but give some kind of good advice.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Good. Last but not least, any upcoming promotions, sales, or anything for the holidays?
I don't know. Looking forward to Memorial Day because we'll actually not have to go to the post office, so we can do nothing for a day.
Okay.
But no sales planned for that. Maybe for 4th of July.
Okay. All righty. Well, Adam, Clint, I thank you all so much for allowing me the privilege and the honor. And I mean that, I'm not blowing smoke up your butts, but, giving you all an interview. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the owners of Origin Story Comics in McDonough, Georgia. What's the physical address?
It's 561 Jonesboro Road.
561 Jonesboro Road. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Adam, Clint, thank you so much for your time. This is Al Rainey with the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. See y'all later.